A dog in a lab in Kyoto. A researcher points at a container. The dog knows food is inside. The dog doesn't move. Not confused, not distracted. Decided. 34 dogs went through this experiment. Every single one made the same choice. And when I tell you why, your entire understanding of your dog changes forever. Because here's what nobody tells you. Your dog isn't just reacting to people. They are evaluating them. Silently. Constantly. With a system so sophisticated, it took scientists decades to even begin understanding it. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what your dog is running every time someone walks through your door. And you'll never watch them meet a stranger the same way again. Stay with me, because what comes next genuinely shocked researchers. Think about the last time your dog met someone new. Before you finish saying hello, before the handshake, before introductions, your dog had already begun running one of the most sophisticated social assessments in the animal kingdom. And it isn't one thing, it's several things, firing simultaneously, in under 3 seconds. The first channel, body language. Not the person's face, their whole body. The way their weight shifts when they walk in. Whether their hands are tense or loose. Whether they move toward your dog in a direct line or a softer curve. Dogs are extraordinarily sensitive to motion patterns. A person who moves with tension or unpredictability registers completely differently than someone relaxed. Here's the part that should humble you. Your dog clocked all of that before the person even made eye contact with you. The second channel, scent. A dog's nose isn't just smelling, it's reading chemistry. Nervousness, aggression, and fear all produce specific volatile organic compounds in the human body. Your dog detects those compounds in real time. Like reading a chemical report card, invisible to you, completely visible to them. They're not guessing, they're measuring. The third channel, and this is the one most people completely miss. Your dog is watching you, not the stranger, you. They've spent years studying your patterns, so when a stranger walks in and your shoulders tighten, even slightly, your dog notices. When your voice shifts pitch, when you laugh a little too quickly, they notice all of it. They're not just assessing the guest, they're comparing the guest's effect on you against everything they know about your normal. A disruption in your pattern is data. None of these channels alone is a lie detector, but running together, body language, scent, and social observation, simultaneously, in the first 3 seconds, they create something that looks from the outside like your dog just knows. They don't just know. They're working. And here's where the Kyoto experiment finally makes sense. In 2015, researcher Akiko Takaoka designed a simple experiment. A dog, 2 containers, a researcher pointing. Round 1. The researcher points at a container with food. Dog finds it. Trust established. Round 2. Same researcher points at a different container. Dog runs over. Empty. The researcher has now lied in the only language the dog understands. Gesture. Round 3. The researcher points at a container that does have food. The dog looks at the researcher, looks at the container, and stays exactly where it is. Not confused, not disinterested, not hungry for anything except accuracy. But here's the detail that elevates this from interesting to stunning. Takaoka then swapped in a brand new person for round 3. Same setup, same container, new human pointing. The dogs followed immediately. They hadn't lost faith in pointing. They hadn't become generally suspicious of all humans. They had filed a complaint against one specific individual and moved on. Takaoka told the BBC she was surprised how quickly the dogs, her word, devalued the reliability of a human. Your dog is running a credit score on everyone they meet. But now, the study that stopped me completely. Same year, same university, different lab. Researcher Hitomi Chijiwa set up a scene where a dog watched their owner try to open a container and ask a nearby stranger for help. In one version, the stranger helped. In another, the stranger deliberately turned away, looked at the floor, refused. A third person sat nearby the entire time, completely neutral. After the interaction, both the refusing stranger and the neutral person offered the dog a treat. Same treat, same timing. Nobody even looked at the dog. When the stranger had helped, the dogs took treats from both people. No preference, everyone's fine. But when the stranger had refused to help their owner, the dogs walked straight past their offered treat, past free food, and went to the neutral stranger instead. Let that land. The researchers called this third-party affective evaluation. It had never been documented in any non-primate species before. And here's the detail that made my jaw drop. The dogs didn't reward helpfulness. They punished unhelpfulness. The helpful stranger got no bonus. The unhelpful one shunned. Now, this is the one that genuinely stopped me. A team at the University of Vienna tested 260 dogs, and the question they asked sounds almost absurd. Can dogs tell the difference between a person who is wrong and a person who is lying? Here's the setup. A person hides a treat in one of two buckets. A second person moves the treat to the other bucket. In one condition, the first person watches the switch happen. They know the treat has moved. In the other condition, the first person leaves the room during the switch. They genuinely don't know. Then the first person returns and points to the original bucket, the empty one. From the dog's perspective, the instruction looks identical both times. Someone is pointing at the wrong bucket. But here's what happened. When the person had watched the switch, meaning they were pointing wrong on purpose, dogs were significantly more likely to ignore them. They went to the correct bucket on their own. But when the person had genuinely missed the switch, when they were wrong but not lying, the dogs followed their pointing more often. They gave the benefit of the doubt. The implication is extraordinary. Your dog may not just be tracking behavior, they may be tracking intent. Not this person pointed wrong, but this person pointed wrong and they knew it. Breed also mattered. Retrievers and border collies, historically bred for cooperative human work, were significantly better at detecting the deception. Terriers, bred for independent work, chasing things into holes, making their own decisions, were the only breed group that followed the liar more often. Which honestly made me laugh. If your terrier trusts everyone, that's not gullibility. That's centuries of breeding saying, "I'll check it out myself, thanks." One more thing before the ending, and this is where honesty matters. In 2025, a researcher at the same Kyoto University ran a study that should have confirmed everything. 40 dogs watched humans act generous or selfish toward another dog. Then the dogs chose who to approach. The result? Nothing. No preference. The researcher herself was surprised. She suggested the scenario may have been too abstract, too distant from the dog's own social world to trigger the evaluation. And I think that's exactly right. The studies that show dogs evaluating humans all share one thing. Something personal was at stake. Someone lied to the dog directly. Someone refused to help their person. When it's abstract, watching strangers interact with unfamiliar dogs, the signal isn't strong enough. Your dog probably isn't running background checks on strangers at the park. But in your home, with your people, when the social dynamics actually matter to them, the science is not ambiguous. So, back to Kyoto. The researcher points. The dog looks at her, looks at the container, and stays. When I first read that, I thought it was a study about lying, about deception. But here's what I think it actually shows. That dog isn't staying still because it's suspicious. It's staying still because it remembers. It took one experience, a single broken gesture, and used it to make a decision about the future. Your dog is doing this all the time. Not psychically, not magically, through a system refined over 10,000 years of living beside people who sometimes lie, sometimes help, and sometimes turn away. Your dog learned long ago that humans are complicated. And instead of giving up on us, they built the machinery to sort through us. Every time your dog pauses, just for 1 second before deciding how to feel about someone new, that's not instinct. That's 10,000 years of paying attention. And they're paying attention because of you. If this changed how you see your dog, share it with someone who loves theirs. They need to see this. And if your dog has ever quietly decided they didn't trust someone, and you later found out they were right, drop that story in the comments. I read every single one.